All right, so I'm back. I'm back being live again. Sorry about that. I had a few dogs out there bullshitting. It's one of the things you get when you have dogs. So skip. We live. Well, there we go. Okay. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. You have the Pope and ISIS fighters and all them motherfuckers out there talking their shit, threatening to cut his head off. And what I was saying in the original setup was, it to me, when you feel numb about it, it doesn't make any sense on the grounds that they ask for your pity and your, they the Pope comes out and says, oh well, they just want to help you, they love you, they they like you, to understand the Muslim, understand them, and as a Christian, I have to sit there and I'm stuck looking at it in a way of saying, why? Why do I need to care? And it sucks to have to say something like that because I don't see any Christians going out there killing people, and I don't see any Christians out there, lopping motherfuckers' heads off, going after the Pope, going after them. I mean, granted, if you could show me a video other than that one crazy ass church that says they're Christian, but they go out there and they protest military graves and things like that and burials, then I could sit there and I can understand what you're saying and say, okay, I get it. That's a crazy ass fucking church right there. No matter what you do, that church right there, I don't give a fuck. Everybody's going to hell. Unless you join their church, you're all going to hell. So whatever. All right. So you have the Muslims going out there and they're saying shit like, propaganda videos and posters, we're going to kill the Pope. So Pope, if you manage to be attacked by your Muslim brothers, am I supposed to shed a tear for you, bruh? Am I supposed to shed a tear? No, I will not shed a tear. And the reason I will not shed a tear for your punk ass is because you guys brought this on yourself. All right? You Muslim loving creeps have brought this on yourself. And all right, we got a comment here. It says, I think one of the biggest problems this country faces is people do not care enough or do not pay attention to things that are happening to us and around us. And you know what? I agree. I fully agree to that. And one of the main reasons I agree to that is because I'm building a property. And I'm also, as soon as I'm able to leave, I'm going to be helping my family in Satan, California, where I'm from, building a property down there. And it just goes. But got to do this shit. It's so fucking nuts because you got to put it. Once you build it, you got to fix it. Once you fix it, you got to go do the other setup. And I have so much shit going on both sides, from politics to building to to beating the fucking weather, from one thing to another. But back at the original, I'm digressing on this whole setup. The problem is everybody has forgotten what has happened. And the Democrats are doing such a wonderful job fucking themselves that they don't actually see what's really happening that's helping our country to build. Fuck the wall. I love the fact that we're going to get the wall. I enjoy that. But the problem that I personally see happening is nobody cares. All they care about is their SJW bullshit, their fun. I mean, they're destroying Terminator. I mean, don't get me wrong. The original Terminator was great, but they're destroying it. But half you motherfuckers probably never even seen the real Terminator. So you don't You don't care. You have so much SJW testosterone out there right now that it's like whatever. But it falls back into the same thing with the Muslims. Half you children were not born when 9/11 happened. So you grow up and you see all the destruction, and then you sit there and you hear your liberal teachers and your liberal friends and all of these motherfuckers, and you sit there and you play the fucking game like, oh, well, we blew them up, so we should be nice to them. Or how about the Mexicans? We have a border wall. We have a fence. We have whatever is there. And they barrel in. They bring their drugs. They rape people. They do all of the shit that they're doing. But then nobody gives a fuck. Because you were asleep. And why are you asleep? Because for the entire time that you grew up, oh, well, this Mexican dude right here, he's pretty cool. And I'm not saying they're not. But I'm saying if you walk over into Mexico without your paperwork and without anything over there, you're screwed. You get fined the first time, they send you back. You get a major fine the second time, they send you back. You get $1 million fine the third time, and they keep you. Or maybe they send you back, who knows? Or you're sleeping on the fucking floor. But I've heard about their jails over there. They don't even have concrete floors to sleep on. It's dirt. It's all dirt, you know? It's like asking Alicia Cortez to say the alphabet. And if I ask her to repeat the alphabet and tell me how many letters are in the alphabet, she'll call me a racist because I'm white. There's so much shit in the fucking world today that is just so aggravating. I mean, it's migraines fucking central. And I've done my best to for the last few weeks to kind of, you know, get away from the internet and stop watching the news and just do what I need to do and work. And just do it. Stay away from it all. And then it just keeps coming, and it just keeps coming, and it just keeps coming. I mean, transparency. I would love to know what happened during 9/11. I would love it. You know, how about we transparency and release all those fucking files? That would be great. And the main issue that I'm seeing is now that Trump is going to allow all of that paperwork to go away, now everybody on the left wants to say he's not being transparent. What more do you want? And then back on the whole the Muslim thing, again, what more do you want? You guys kill yourselves. You cut each other's heads off. You throw gays off of buildings. You do things like that. And I'm supposed to feel bad for you. I'm supposed to be like, oh, well, it's not his fault. No, it is your fault. It's your teaching's fault. It's your guys' religion that is flawed and fucked and is pathetic as I can fucking possibly say. It's just shameful. You guys don't care about any of us Americans. You would rather kill me in my sleep or walking down the street, or whether I'm wearing a Trump hat or not, you would do it. I would love to get like a shitload of people, like millions, because if you're one, you're screwed. But if you're many, you're abundant. But I would love to get probably like 1 million people and march to Washington, D.C. itself, and not protest in the street, not protest. Flood the fucking houses. Flood the Democrat buildings. Flood the fucking Senate. All of it. And boot you all motherfuckers out. And I don't give a fuck if 1 minute you come out and say Trump is doing great. You're all the fucking problem. You all allowed this shit to get to where it's at. You all allowed the fucking country to go to crap. And I don't feel bad for me thinking that way. Some of you that watch the video later down the road will be like, well, that dude's just a fucking racist, terrorist, fucking white boy talking his shit. Fine. Say what you will. I'm talking my shit. But guess what? I have the right to talk my shit. And that's the reason I took practically a month off of YouTube. Because every time I posted something, they shut it down. To where I had to build another fucking computer just to fucking trick their goddamn algorithm. And you get videos that I'd post up there and no one sees it. Where's my voice? But Young Turks and shit will get out there and say whatever the fuck they want. But because it's against Trump, it's okay. And the aggravation that I'm feeling is, again, back on the whole Muslim thing. I mean, you're going to go after the Pope and lop his head off, but it's the Pope sucking your cock. Muslims. The Pope is blowing you, motherfuckers, and you want to kill him. I mean, what more can I say? I would also love to get a shitload of people and raid fucking Dearborn. And I can't. All you got to do is look up Muslims in Dearborn and shit, and you can find all the bullshit that's going on over there. It's like you're walking into the Middle East. But again, it's also like you have one Muslim church to get shot up. All right. And then after that, you had the cathedral city in France burnt down. Now, again, it could possibly be a tool fire, whatever. Someone could have thrown a fucking cocktail on that motherfucker and just let it burn. But during that time, if you actually looked and watched Paul Joseph Watson video on that, he actually goes through all the Muslim tweets, where CARE and all these motherfuckers are talking and they're saying, oh, I hope it burns. And now that it burnt down, then you get motherfuckers that come out and say shit like, we should change it from what it was. So I can't throw a pig's skull or a pig's skin or whatever in a Muslim church, but they could come around and say, oh, well, all the Christian symbols and things like that got to go away. I'm not bowing down to these motherfucking dirt babies, man. They run from their country because they're being persecuted. They come to my country so they could persecute me. And if I don't bow down to these motherfuckers, I get hit with every fucking slur you can think of. Hate crime, bullshit, all of that crap. They just come and get me. They just fuck with you bad. But that's my fault because I'm white. Have you seen the new Gillette commercials? The first one got me to shoot my Gillette. I shot it with a gun. Just, bah! The second one, I went and visited my brother and I said, hey, bro, here's a new razor. And I snagged his Gillette and I snapped it right in his living room. He goes, why'd you do that? Have you seen the new commercial? Only transgenders and women can use these. These are the new Venus. But again, what do? There's nothing else you can do anymore. Everything is so political. The new Terminator movie, the fucking people getting their asses handed to them for what they're talking about, the Avengers movie, which personally was the dumbest fucking thing I have ever seen in my entire fucking life. It was so fucking stupid, the Avengers movie. For starters, that's not how they killed Thanos, whether it be in the comic book or whether it be in the fucking anime. That's not how they killed him. Number two, how the hell are you going to have Iron Man in the anime, in the comics, be an old fucking man and then but kill him in this TV show? Thor? You made Thor a fat dude and then he hands over his crown to some bitch? If that wasn't some SJW shit, then I don't know. The world is going to shit in a handbag and everybody's just going down with a fucking smile. And I get it. There's people in California and the States that are working their asses off to stop it, but they're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. I'm sorry. You're just not. You're sitting there watching it happen. You watched them steal the fucking election in California and no one did a goddamn thing about it. What'd you all do? Why the fuck aren't you don't like the taxes in California? I love California, but I got out. I needed to. I was ready to do stupid shit. I had to get out. I was mentally damaged. So I got away. I did what I had to do. And I'm getting better. But here's the problem. While I'm away from California, you got new taxes coming in. From you turn on you flush your toilet, you get a tax. You watch you do this, you get a tax. You do that, you get a tax. You drive down the road, you get a tax. You breathe the fucking air, you get a tax. Then watch. By the end of this year, you're gonna get a tax for breathing. They're gonna somehow designate a person farts 7 times a day or 20 times. Hell, they might go for the broke. A man and a woman farts 50 times a fucking day. And guess what? You're gonna get that fucking that tax. So you're probably gonna pay $1,000 a year in taxes because you fart 100 times a day. And nobody's doing a damn thing about it. It's like, check this. My family in California that's left, love them to death. Great people. Hard workers too. My God, just want to smack them. Like, calm down for a second. They live in an area, and I'm gonna say the wrong city because I don't want anybody to know where they're from, but we'll just say 29 Palms, California. All right. Now, in that city, you have what's known as a mayor, like you do in most cities. And in most cities, in most states, you vote for said mayor. But not in 29 Palms, California. You don't get that. Why don't you get that? Because apparently the system that they have set up for it is we have a board of people in our mayor area, and I'm done for the next 4 years. You have an election, and in this area, they no longer do it. They just move the next road down and say, hey, bro, do you want to be mayor for the next 4 years? They're like, yeah, I'll be mayor. So then they say, okay, well, I'm going to step down. You're going to be mayor. So then that next motherfucker bops over and says, okay, I'm mayor. How's that democracy? They're just picking and choosing who on that council is going to be mayor. And it's always run by the same sons of bitches out there. And it's no different than California. You motherfuckers. Now, I didn't vote for the mayor or governor in California because I wasn't there. And if I was there, I would have voted no on this son of a bitch. But this dude destroyed San Francisco as governor or mayor or whatever the hell he was. He destroyed it to hell and then ran for governor of California, and y'all put him there. You had the opportunity to get rid of him. The problem is we need to be able to trust what we're seeing, and we need to be able to do what we're doing. So in other words, like me, I have this thing where, I show my ID when I go, to vote or do something like that. I'll show my identification. I'll be like, here you go. But if you walk into a place and they say, oh, well, I don't need that, you're going to have a problem there. And the reason you're going to have a problem is because you don't know whether if that person is an American or not. So that person is voting and they just give it to you. I mean, I personally, when I voted for Trump in California, I called the governor's office because it was the first time I voted. I was going to vote for Rand Paul when he was running, but he dropped out, and I wasn't going to vote for either of the other two because they're stupid. And I definitely wasn't going to vote for fucking Obama, the half-breed out there. And the reason I wasn't going to vote for the half-breed is the same reason I didn't vote for him the second time, because he lied out of his ass. When people sit there and say Trump is a liar and he's lying out of his ass, everything that comes out's a lie. Well, guess what? Trump did not promise y'all fucking vehicles. You bring in your car and you give it to us, and we'll give you another car. Well, then those stupid people would bring in their old car to get that next car, and then they didn't realize, oh, well, we have to pay rent on these fucking cars. So those cars decided to go bye-bye. They were repoed. And then they said, oh, well, where's our old car? If you're taking this car, give us back our old one. Well, guess what? Those ones got smashed. Obama also promised that if you brought in your refrigerator, it was the last one, but if you brought in your refrigerator, that was what was it? Not a money, electricity saver. He would replace it with the one free of charge, and you just take it home. You had that right there. No one really fell for it because they lost their cars. They couldn't bring a fridge home no more. And we must not forget, this is how my older sister got screwed during the Obama presidency. She owned a house over in Wyoming, a really nice one. I helped get that one together as well. I went back to California to help some family members out, and she had, right before I left, she had brought up to me and said that Obama's going to help people that have been screwed on their messages, right? When you go to get your loan for the house and you put your loan down, the loan just kept going up and up and up and up. And if I remember correctly, it was the Freddie Mac or whatever people where she got her original loan from, which had screwed everybody. And they just kept selling the deed to different banks, and it just kind of went in a circle. And in the beginning, she was paying, I think it was $700 a month on her mortgage. Everything was great. But by the end of it, by the time it went full circle, she wound up paying $1,600 a month, all the way up damn near to $2,000 just for the property. And so she had said that she was going to use Obama's thing, which you paid him, or sorry, you didn't pay Obama, but you went on this little track thing that he had set up, and what he had done is you show them that you were one of the people that got screwed when you got your mortgage, and then what you had to do is fill out this paperwork. He helped you out on your paperwork, and then once it was supposed to happen, is you make sure everything is kosher. You see what I'm saying? By this time, her mortgage is now at Bank of America or Wells Fargo. I think it was Wells Fargo. But anyways, you go in there, you fill the paperwork out. They realized that you were screwed and they were going to refinance your whole mortgage, and it was going to go back down for something you can afford. But I told my sister, don't fuck with it. Wait a few months. Wait to see what people are saying on it. So she didn't listen. She decided, when I went to California, she was going to do the whole setup. Well, the Obama fucks at the Obama bank decided to tell my sister, in order to qualify, you have to be behind your mortgage. Sink that in for a second. You had to be behind. Okay, so she had to be behind the mortgage to get the help from the government. So my sister decided to go behind the mortgage. And in the process of going behind the mortgage, she decided to be stupid and use that money elsewhere. Mind you, I'm in California when this shit's happening. Because if I was there, she wouldn't have done it, because I'd have been like, no, you stupid. You're gonna be living on the streets. So she goes behind her mortgage, and then she gets back into play. She's about 3-4 months behind, and she gets a hold of the people again to fill out the paperwork. The minute she told them that she was behind her fucking mortgage, which they had told her, in order to get your help, you need to be behind the mortgage, they turn around and tell her, oh, well, you have to be current. So she's about 4 months behind her mortgage. She used the money that she would have just had if she didn't use it. She could have just thrown it in there and been done. But she decided that she was going to do something with it. But once she goes back, it just jumbles up. You know, it just by that point, dude, it was a done deal. The ploy had worked. She lost her fucking house. And what do you do? What do you do when shit like that happens? You know, and that wasn't under Trump. That was under Obama. So when you crackheads out there want to sit there and say, "Oh, well, Trump's a piece of shit and Trump's a liar and he's going after all the people," well, guess what? You motherfuckers on the Democrat Party started this shit in the beginning. Y'all did it. Come on in. You want to come in? Oh well, go throw something on. We're live. So anyways, so those of you people out there that, again, a recap, want to go after Trump and say that he's lying to you, he's stealing from you, he's destroying our democracy and all of that stuff. All I can say to that is you're all talking out of your ass, because for somebody that actually came out and has worked so hard to fix this fucked up country that keeps fucking up by the day, just to get everything fixed, and then you guys are the ones screwing this country up because you're allowing it to happen. You're not holding anybody accountable for what they do. It's okay. It's not okay for Roseanne to call one of Obama's people a mook or whatever the hell she called him, and like a cross between the Planet of the Apes and a Muslim, and you get an ISIS fighter or some shit like that. That's not okay. But it's okay on CNN to call Trump crazy, call Trump a cheater, call Trump a loser, call Trump a dick, call Trump a punk, call Trump a monster, call Trump all of that. But we're not allowed to go. He's not allowed. I'm sorry. His supporters are not allowed to go after the opposite party. Why? They're allowed to do it. Why the fuck can't we? A few months ago, I was playing InfoWars. It wasn't the live stream, but it was live with audio. They killed my channel like it was nothing. And then ever since then, my streams were just so fucking choppy. They just would not work for shit. And for some reason, the stream's doing good. Minus the fact that I left for a month. I allowed YouTube to think I was gone, but I wasn't gone. I just couldn't get live no matter what I did. Everything was choppy as fuck. And it's not me bitching. It's just, how is that okay? How is it okay for people like David Hogg to say what they want? How is it okay for people like the TYT Muslim group, Brotherhood people that are funded more than likely by them? How is it okay for them to say what they want to say? But I can't. Why is it against nowadays standards to be a Trump supporter and not be able to say anything? Why is it that as I grew up, you know, everything, I knew we were in war, but I wasn't even in politics all that much as growing up. I think the biggest politics that I saw was the O.J. Simpson trial, you know? But why is it okay for that to happen and, you know, not really caring, and then 9/11 happens, and then we're told they hate the Muslims because 9 times out of 10 somebody had to fly the fucking planes in there, and I damn know that it wasn't an American. And if it wasn't an American, I think it was 6 months after Bush took office. That means it was planted, or conspiracy theorists. If what I'm saying is true, that means that it was planted in the Clinton era. So when Bush got into office, it automatically started the war. But again, I digress. The point that I'm getting at is America. Knock it off. You fucking jokes. Knock it the fuck off. Seriously. Those of you out there that know that I'm not talking to you, but those of you out there that think I'm talking to you, I hope it hurts. And the reason I say I hope it hurts is for one reason. When you yell at your kid because he's doing something stupid and the kid starts crying, he knows that he did wrong, and hopefully you're hoping that he learns from that. Nowadays, you yell at your kid and you're hoping that kid gets it. He's not going to get it. Why? Because nowadays they just sit there and everybody's got cell phones. They just call social services on your ass. My dad took my cell phone away, so now I'm being abused by not being able to text or talk or play my video games. So when you want to punish somebody, back in the day, it actually worked, but nowadays it doesn't work anymore because they're so filled in the fucking head of all the bullshit that's going on in this country. So I get it. Trump is doing awesome. The polls are going up. Everything's doing good, but you're not hearing that. The last 4 days, it's been Trump had announced that he was going to release, everything. And then you had probably 1 day of it, and then that was it. Trump's in Japan, 1 day of what he was saying, and that's all. Where's the coverage? Where's the coverage of what he said he was going to do? And the reason there is no coverage right now is because it's better that we go after Trump and say, oh, well, he's a liar, or bury everything that he fucking said he was going to do and then just go after him. And I'm probably not the best speaker or anything like that, but at the same time, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Like, CNN has lied to us fucking ever since Trump started running for president. They loved him in the beginning because it was a joke. He got president. Now they hate him. So why the fuck, with all the lies and all the bullshit that they've started, why hasn't anyone put up a lawsuit on CNN to go after him? Do they have that much power? Why exactly is no one talking about all the racist lawsuits that are going on in their building? What about all the shit they said? Oh, it's a nothing burger. The Russian story's a nothing burger. It was shown by Van Jones. He's still there. He's got a show. No one's going to take that shit seriously. But anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. So we'll go to the next one. All right. So this was posted 18 hours ago. Check this out. Again, it's at the InfoWars app. It's free. You can link up to the Drudge Report this way. So anyways, the very first one, it was posted 18 hours ago. It says, paper, the skies falling in on 007. Horror, swimming vacationer killed by shark. FBI tapes reveal 40 MLK affairs. Ooh, wonder what that shit's about. Remember, guys, it's the InfoWars app. If it's still there, hit it up, bros. Hit it up. All right, so this is brought to you by the Daily Mail. It says the MLK tape, secret FBI recordings accuse Martin Luther King Jr. of watching and laughing as a pastor raped a woman having 40 external affairs, and they are under lock in the U.S. Archive claims. Here's the picture. All right, so I say again, those of you that weren't here, I just did a whole fucking 34 minutes of just bitching. I had to get it off my chest. But here's the problem I'm having just with this right here. You're going after the black people's Martin Luther King? Really, Daily Mail? Who's going to hold them accountable? I mean, the dude's dead. Do we now rip down the Martin Luther King statues, rename the Martin Luther King streets and things like that? Because apparently some FBI tape that hasn't been instantiated or shown or proven. Hey, did you know there's tapes out there of Obama raping a white girl? Do you believe me? Maybe he shouldn't have a presidential library because he got a lot of white people stuck underneath the ground being raped. All right. The civil rights hero was also heard allegedly joking. He was a founder of an international association and advocate advancement of pussy, maybe? Oh, pussy eaters. Damn, these guys got a mouth. On an agency recording that was obtained by bugging his room, according to the sensational claims made by the Bradford David Groh, a Pulitzer Prize-winning author. And hey, remember that dude that wrote the book on Trump after he got elected, and then he went on CNN, and then he decided he was going to go on Fox News, and then Fox News held his feet to the fire, and Fox News decided to be like, really? What the hell? Or is this real or is it fake? Turned out to be fake ass book. And then you had that one black chick. What was her name? Omarosa. She was like the biggest Trump supporter you could find. The biggest Trump supporter you could find. But the minute she was tossed out on her ass from the White House because she had done her job. She did what she was supposed to do. But once she was sent away, the stories that bitch can tell. Stories that bitch can tell. Whether it's true or false, the stories she could tell. All right. So anyways, along with many U.S. Civil rights figures, King was subjected to an FBI campaign and surveillance. Was subjected to and ordered by Director J. Edgar Hoover in the effort to undermine his power, aimed fear he could have links to compare properties. Martin Luther King, who was married to Corette Scott, 1953, is said to have carried out numerous affairs with dozens of women during his lifetime. All right, so here's something to ponder in your heads, everybody. Did you know Martin Luther King's niece or granddaughter? I don't really know which one, but it's more likely it's probably niece is a Trump supporter. And what better way to go after Trump than to go after Martin Luther King's niece or granddaughter? One of the two. Because she's an avid Trump supporter and these other people are not. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Chilling out. You want to get on the camera?
Well, I'll sit in.
All right, everybody. This is my new co-host.
Hey, I'm the mom. Sharon.
She's the person of the Trump flag.
Yeah, I like Trump.
So I'm gonna go make a drink. Go ahead and have a chat
With who?
with the people. You got some people on there that you could say hi to,
Oh,
and they're watching.
no. Okay, I've never done this before.
Nah, I'll be right back, everybody.
So, I like Trump because Trump is the first man to become president in my lifetime to ever do anything. We've had a lot of presidents. They promise and they promise and they promise, but they don't do anything. They get into the place and they corrupt our government. I don't care. Bush was crap too. They're all crap because they don't care about this country. And Democrats certainly don't care about this country. All they care about is money and power. And I've been around a long time, and all they care about is money and power. We have to get rid of the Democrats. And I'm glad that Trump is finally unclassifying all the terrible things that they've done in the last 8-10 months or 2 years. I'm really glad about that. And I work for a living. I'm old. 71, but I still work because life is a function and life is working. And so I don't know what else to say. I don't know where Christopher went, but you know, Utah's a wonderful place. If you know anybody that wants freedom and happiness, Utah's open. It's got beautiful clouds, lots of land, tremendous amount of land. Right where we live, our land cost us something like $1,500, and it's great. I've got a lot of land for that, so you don't even have to pay for a lot of stuff. Okay, well, here's Christopher. I ran out of things to say, Christopher.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
You talk, I'll listen.
I will. All right, I'm back. Made my drink, grabbed what I needed to grab. So, anyways, they're going after Martin Luther King right now on sex tapes. So, if you guys are listening out there, the ones that I don't really give a fuck about because you're all a bunch of cheats, and if Trump has his way, you're all going to prison. Deuces. Show the evidence. Show me the tape. Show me the audio. Hell. Then again, other than Martin Luther King's speech, I have no idea what he sounds like. So, who knows? Maybe it will be like one of those fake audios that was created just for it. All right, so let's see. Next article. Historic pub allows customers to drink in the nude. Join Vite, Trump's greatest president since Abraham Lincoln. Has made his every move correct. Dowd crazy is as crazy does. Tourist killed in shark attack. I thought I said terrorist. What we got doing down here? Says, of course they're going after Martin Luther King because he said, judge me not for the color of my skin, but as the content of my character. That goes against everything that those regressive suck stands. It's true though. It's true. We can try to change ourselves and make ourselves look good and you know, do the right thing and however you want to look at it, but no matter how it goes, on the other side, you're marked as the enemy dealership because for some reason Ford, Jeep, Dodge, and all these motherfuckers are merging together. Who needs multiple stores? When you don't need them? You just throw everybody together. But I had some recalls I was taking care of. And so in the process of taking care of those recalls, I was sitting in the room listening to Trump's talk, and I had this Democrat chick roll up behind me and say, F Trump, da-da-da-da-da, and I hope he goes to jail. But what I was listening to was the Mueller report when it had just come out. So, all right, so apparently I have a comment down here that YouTube has decided they wanted to flag. So I'm going to show it, but before I show it, I'm going to read it. It says, because they know if we judge them by the content of their character, their character is shit. So apparently the shit is what got the comment flagged, everybody. Mind you, I have other accounts, so I'm going to show it and see what YouTube does. All right, so we have one other one that says, oh, how tolerant of her. Aren't they left just as tolerant as they claim to be? Laugh out loud. Well, they're not tolerant. That's the problem. we can be as tolerant, again, like I said, we could be as tolerant as we want, but it's not going to work in the long run. And the reason it's not going to work in the long run is because when I walk down LA and hang out on the street, there's two things that are wandering through my mind, or I guess you could say four things that are wandering through my mind in LA. And take the option. One, I'm either going to get robbed at some point that day. Two, I'm going to get shot at one point of that day, because you got a lot of drive-bys going through there. Got a lot of drive-bys going through, down LA and all that crap. The other things, you could chat with a bunch of people and then realize that dude's be like, hey, yeah, we're going to go to this bar. Come to this bar. And then you go to that bar and then you get robbed or shot or murdered, whatever. But there's no tolerance, some people that get a lot of money at some point, they start spreading it like wildfire. But then once that money's gone, all those people are gone and they wonder where the fuck happened. Not me, though, because I'm broke as a joke. Rain fucking with me in my business right now. Needs to go the fuck away. But if you believe in Alicia Cortez, we are, global climate warming change, some shit. But again, I digress all over again. Let's jump back to the Drudge Report, shall we? Let's see. Florida bans childlike sex dolls. You know what, women? If y'all keep playing the games you playing, I hope they hurry up and get them sex dolls out. Let's make them get pregnant. I wouldn't mind having one of them. Who wants to get with a woman that with the first night you get with her, the next day you're going to jail for rape? Let's see here. Update. CrossFit quits Facebook. Unpinned. Flu shot to last a lifetime. Well, if you don't die with it first. Searches slaughter. Oh, I think something just popped up at the very top. Hey, send me in the comments. Does the video look choppy or does it look pretty good? Just send one for good and two for no. Who's Igor? Let's see here. It's Crazy Does. Killed shark attack Hawaii. Tornado snubbed. Who will actually see these movies? Okay, so I got a one. All right. Now, if this keeps going well, then, I'll probably do a few more because, again, I just built this computer. It took me a few hours to do it. My other computer I was using was doing just shit. It was worthless. It was shameful. But apparently building this computer, it works. I'm not going to spend my money on the new tech because the new tech's got all that China bullshit. I'll build that shit. Who's winning? Balls, Pelosi, biggest test awaits. Harsh. Little laggy. Independent Park. My bad, bro. My bad. It's doing a lot better though. It's doing a lot better. You should have seen my last computer I was using for live streaming. It was choppy as fuck. Let's see here. Well, it looks like the channel is hitting up to 5 viewers now. More dumping. Illegals dropped at bus station as shelters overflow. All right, let's read that article, shall we? All right, let the Drudge Report load up. And as soon as it does, we'll hit it. Thoughts on Islam? They can all eat a dick. As far as I'm concerned, Islam needs to hurry up and extinguish itself because I'm about sick and tired of being tolerant towards the people that just wants to kill their own people. I have no say on whether a guy wants to take a penis in the ass. I don't really give a fuck. If a guy wants to be a woman and get his dick cut off, I don't really give a fuck. But when I'm told to be tolerant to a religion that throws those type of people off to attack the American. That tells me that we were paying for them to fight us. You just have to accept me right there that I have the right to say, think, do whatever I want. A million people in Washington, and they won't be able to do their job. Why wait for their title? Migrants drop at U.S. bus station as border patrol. This now. I would actually, because they want to go after his taxes and everything else. So I would personally say, if you guys want to play that game, fine. I'm going to go after all your taxes. You only make $100,000 a year to become a millionaire. All right. So the article says San Bernardino, east of Los Angeles, used to live there. That's another shithole, but a hell of a lot nicer than L.A. Rent a phone and asked where he can rent a phone. What do you expect? You want U.S. faces of the migrants show their relief at having made it so far. The group is part engine facilities to capacity, systems at breaking point. After staying at the local shelters of the church in San Bernardino, the migrants typically head to other states to join the relatives and friends pending the outcome of their asylum applies. According, wait, what does that say? So maybe my internet, it's super windy, but you keep cutting in and out. All right, guys. Well, I'm not really going to cut the stream off, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this feed, and then I'm just going to re-upload it, and I'll restart this article because it's actually quite funny. So, all right, give me a few, everybody. Don't go nowhere. Or if you see me pop back up, just click back on. Yeah, we'll end it.